The Congress may have successfully managed a leadership transition in Karnataka, but signs of turbulence are already visible beneath the surface. Days after D.K. Shivakumar took over as Chief Minister, discontent over cabinet portfolios has erupted into the open. Ramalinga Reddy, widely regarded as one of Shivakumar's closest political associates, in fact, he has called him his best friend, has resigned, alleging assurances made during the transition were not honoured. Senior leaders such as K.H. Muniappa have also publicly expressed dissatisfaction, raising questions about whether experience and seniority have been adequately accommodated in the new power structure. Reddy's resignation is particularly significant because of the political weight he carries. An 8-time MLA who has remained unbeaten since 1989, he is among Karnataka's Congress's most influential leaders with deep roots in Bengaluru politics. A former corporator, key strategist ahead of the Greater Bengaluru Authority polls, Reddy commands influence across communities and enjoys strong relationships with both Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah and their camps. His discontent is therefore more than a personal grievance. It is a test of the new Chief Minister's ability to manage competing ambitions within the party. At the same time, Congress is attempting to maintain equilibrium through a new leadership arrangement that effectively creates 3 centers of influence. D.K. Shivakumar brings organizational muscle, Vocaliga support and a strong personal political network. Siddaramaiah remains the party's biggest mass leader, drawing support from OBCs, Dalits, minorities through the Ahinda coalition and has shaped Karnataka politics for years. Completing the triangle is B.K. Hari Prasad, the newly appointed Karnataka Congress chief, a veteran organizational leader from the Bilava OBC community who is expected to strengthen the party's backward class outreach and preserve the Ahinda coalition or the social coalition as it were. Now, D.K. Shivakumar has one big challenge before him, and that's not just to ensure that Congress will come back to successive powers in 2 years from now, but is to also ensure that he'll be able to keep the government together, his cabinet together, even as he has 2 more years to go. I'm being joined at this point by Ashok K.M. Gowda, who's a spokesperson for BJP, and Samruddh S. Hegde, who's a spokesperson for Congress. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining me. Samruddh, first to you. How is this? DKS yet again calls Mr. Reddy a best friend, and the best friend is extremely upset.
Thank you for having me on the show. What we witnessed today is just merely a ripple in what has otherwise been a remarkably smooth and orderly transition of power. The Congress party is not a monolithic institution where every voice must echo in perfect unison. We are a vibrant democratic party. Therefore, when senior-most statesmen like Shri Ramalinga Reddy ji or K.H. Muniappa ji express their views, it is evidence of a healthy democratic nature of our party. These are veteran leaders who have spent decades of their lives in public service. They have served the people of Karnataka with distinction, and they are invaluable assets to the party and to the state, and they are Congress loyalists. Let's remember that Mr. Ramalinga Reddy ji has said that he will still continue as a congressman, as an MLA. And their concerns will be and has been and will be heard with the utmost seriousness that and respect that it deserves. And any issues will be resolved by the party internally. Another important issue is that the resignation hasn't been accepted as yet. At the same time, the Congress party strictly maintains that there are no small portfolios or large portfolios when the objective is the welfare of Karnataka. Every responsibility entrusted by the people is a sacred duty. As we enter this new dawn for Karnataka, it is the passing of mantle from one able administration to another able administration. But the mission remains the same: prosperity with purpose, growth with justice, and governance with compassion. So there's nothing to worry about. Things are being in control. If you another example
Samruddh, if you say so, but you know, it's not just about a very peaceful passing of baton, but it's also about how there seems to be the same concerns and the struggles that were there in the earlier Siddaramaiah government, literally returning in the new wineskin form. Ashok K.M. Gowda?
Yeah, see, now the point is very simple. D.K. Shivakumar's honeymoon period has ended within 36 hours of he taking the vote. Point number 1. Point number 2. Probably Congress has never understood how to administrate a state and who has what kind of a strength. For example, Ramalinga Reddy, who hails from Bangalore, and he hails from Bangalore urban district, and his native is also Bangalore urban district, and he knows the Bangalore politics very well. And more than that, the problems of Bangalore, for example, solid waste management, sewage treatment, or even roads, potholes, even E-Kata, OC, CC building, all this, there are several problems in Bangalore. Bangalore is a growing city, and it also is an important city in the entire world today. And for such kind of a city, and if the person who hails from Kolaru, and he does not understand Bangalore at all, he came to Bangalore only in 2008. And so the Congress leadership has not understood the key strengths of each of their own ministers. And that is the concern today. And because of that, Karnataka and the Bangalore is already suffering. From past 3 years, Bangalore is suffering, and it continues to suffer. Because the E-Kata problem is not ended, pothole problem is not ended, and solid waste management
but
problem
among
is
the
not
first
ended.
decisions,
With all these things,
decisions that DK seems to have taken once he took on the guards, is divert the money for roads. I mean, you are talking about potholes, but he seems to have jumped into action, Samrudh. But when your own ministers are really not happy with what they have been given, how long can that drive really last? And this is not just about Mr. Reddy, this is not just about Munyappa. You would know better than me that this is going deeper than just two people within the cabinet.
No, definitely this is just a hiccup in an otherwise breath of fresh air. As we know, in the last 24 hours since Mr. D.K. Shivakumar has taken oath, he has brought out a plethora of new reforms and new ideas. Ultimately, the government are judged not by the portfolios assigned, but the outcomes they deliver. And
But
that
outcomes
remains
is
a
also
singular
very closely linked to portfolios, sir.
Definitely.
You don't
So,
have peace within the cabinets
no,
and the cabinet
see,
ministers with
in a
many.
democratic
And you can
party,
correct me if I'm
you cannot
factually wrong.
satisfy. In a democratic society, in a democratic party, you can't satisfy everyone's needs.
No,
There
Samrudh,
is
this is
some,
no,
there
no.
is
You're not getting
some.
me. I'm not saying satisfy everybody, but what I'm saying, when your own ministers, this is not about ranks within the Congress. This is not about open bickering before a government is formed. This is not about ex people who have been shunted out saying so and so. These are active ministers of the government who are part of the current government. They are bickering, they are cribbing, they are upset, and the number is not restricted to only two.
It is restricted to only two, now I'd reduce it in one, because just before this interview started, Mr. K.S. Munyappa ji said that he has had conversations with the party high command, because Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji was in Bangalore today, Mr. Kharge ji was in Bangalore today, and we saw the unified front that we put when he filed his nomination. So any issues will be resolved within the party. This is not a big deal at all. Even Mr. Ramalinga Reddy ji's issue will be resolved. Mr. D.K. Shivakumar ji has clarified that a promise was made, and he might be upset that it was not kept with relation to the Bangalore ministry. But let us not forget that Mr. Krishna Bairegowda is not any less competent to hold the portfolio, the way Mr. Ashok Gowda is portraying that he is not competent. Definitely, we have multiple competent leaders within the Congress party, which is also an issue for us in one way or the other. And that's fine. It's an issue which is completely dealable when we have such caliber in the party.
Do you agree, Mr. Ashok? And if I can request my team to just refresh the top bands as well. Mr. Ashok, do you agree?
Definitely not. I'm not agreeing with the Samrudh Hegdeji. See, point is very simple. It is not one, two people. Now, the KJ George has raised his queries, and HK Patil has raised his queries. And even our Bhairati Suresh also has raised the queries as per the TV news reports, and as well as the media people are saying it. And that is all apart, that is all on the one side. And see, governance should have taken the priority. And in the Congress government in the past 36 months, governance was not a priority, and it continues. And they show that the same attitude is shown even today also. See, they are not bothered about the people of Karnataka, and they are not bothered about the Kannadigas. They are bothered only about the portfolio allocation. They were bothered about what kind of a money they can make and what kind of a assets they can create for themselves, not for the Kannadigas. So this is the question what the opposition is raising on Congress party. From past 36 months, we have seen only this. See, in fact, Hegde should know that his own great-grandfather, when he was the chief minister of Karnataka, the kind of the development what the Karnataka saw in terms of the social welfare activities and other things. And DK and Sidramaya says that I being a OBC leader after Devaraj Arasu, and I've done that, this. Please let him release a white paper, which we have been asking for. and that in my regime as a Chief Minister of Karnataka, as a Finance Minister of Karnataka for presenting 17 budgets and being in power for 33 years, 31 and a half years, let him show that what kind of a development activities he has taken for the OBC development or for anybody else. And same thing if Ekde does not know his great grandfather development, I can speak on, and it can be for an half a day. Even I being a BJP person, I can vote for Devraj Orosu. See, that is all apart. And today in Karnataka, the Congress party is not the way the Devraj Orosu's days were. And today in Karnataka, it is very simple. The Congress is in the same culture as Rahul Gandhi is, who does not understand the ground reality, who does not understand the problems of the people, but only speak in front of media and accuse the people, accuse the BJP of something else, which actually, we are only for the nation development.
You have your hands up.
Can I come in?
Yes, go ahead, Samruddh.
I would like to firstly thank Ashok Gowda sir for praising my great-grandfather. But let us not forget that when he was in power, the BJP opposed him, and the BJP wasn't there, but the RSS opposed him tooth and nail. Over the last 3 years, Karnataka and the Siddaramaiah government has demonstrated that economic growth and social welfare are not competing ideals, but they're complementary objectives. We have provided the highest FDI in the country, highest GST collections. We have higher highest GDP growth in the country, one of the highest in the country. Low unemployment rates. Our prices are in order. And 51,000 crores directly to the people of Karnataka. This is all landmark policies which have been brought in, the Anna Bhagya, the Shira Bhagya, the Shakti Bhagya. These are all landmark policies which are coming in, and this is something which is something which is going to continue in the next government, and maybe even twofold, because as we saw how Mr. D.K. Shivakumar has taken the bull by the horns.
Mr. Gowda, why are you laughing?
No, I'll tell you, Sneha. 3 lakh. See, in the past 36 months, the debt of Karnataka has risen by 4,25,000 crores. And every year we are supposed to pay 38,000 crore only for serving the interest. And as well as 80,000 crores on 46 items or the taxes where the Kannadigas are paying the extra tax. 80,000 crores is collected. In spite of that, there is no developmental activity, there is no ribbon cutting, and there is no foundation stone laid for a single project. And this is the state of Karnataka.
Very quickly,
and
single project.
FDI or any per capita income is not related to Congress government policies. Of course, I will credit Manmohan Singh ji.
Samruddh, respond to this. Not a single new policy.
I definitely disagree. I disagree with Mr. Ashok Gowda on that. Our fiscal deficit is within the
not a
range of the economy.
single new project, Samruddh. I'm asking you on that.
Hundreds of schools are being opened. Hundreds of hospitals are being opened. Hundreds of if you just take Kodagu district. The hospitals are coming up. You take Mysore district, hospitals are coming up, schools are coming up. There are multiple offices coming up in Bangalore.
You've had your right to respond. A question to both of you. Samruddh, now for the work that DKS has been brought in, it is a challenging one. It's also, a big task before the Congress is to be able to retain power when the elections do come. That will, of course, have a lot to do with how the government functions in terms of optics, in terms of perception, and also in terms of work on the ground. Now, there seems to be at least a triad that's now formed in Congress in Karnataka. It's an interesting mix. You have a Ramalinga leader who is now as the chief minister. You have the Ahenda coalition veteran Siddaramaiah. You also have Mr. Hari Prasad, who is also connected to that. You have the Dalit, the OBC leaders who are represented in your senior leaderships. But really, can they pull this together? Can DKS manage to balance it out? He's been in the past for Karnataka, for Congress in Karnataka, he's the troubleshooter. He's popularly known as a troubleshooter for the Congress in Karnataka. Can he keep that badge with pride as a chief minister?
I wouldn't limit our power, the Karnataka government to a triad. I would say we're probably a decagon or a shape with more sides, because we are that much of a mixed bag of diversity, and we have people from all walks of life, of all castes, of all religions, and that is how the Congress functions, and that is why we have reached a number of 136 plus. That is the reason we've got it. And Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, as KPCC president, has led the party to that number, along with Shri Siddaramaiah and Mallikarjun Kharge ji. So that is how the Congress functions. So in the next election also, we would not only focus on the arithmetic of how the inclusiveness of the party, but also on the work that the government has done
Okay, I have
over
a
the past
minute
3 years and the
left.
next
So,
two.
Mr. Gowda, to you, do you think, I mean, in all honesty, you would only believe and want that DKS doesn't manage to do the balancing act that he is meant to. But do you think he will be able to be the troubleshooter that he is?
Absolutely not. He has failed in the first problems what he has got. For example, Ramalinga Reddy resigned and allocation of the portfolio. And in that only has failed. See, the troubleshooting for an outsider it is easier, but for an insider it is very difficult. Did he manage Bangalore portfolio very well in the past 36 months? He did not. Because so many problems were there. For example, I will tell you, when the Supreme Court order came in 2024, October, saying that e-khata, without the khatas, without the legal structure, you cannot give a CC, without the CC or OC, you cannot give the water supply and electricity. What did this government do? They said that we will not give to anybody, even today. For past 24 months, the problem is not solved in Bangalore today, or even in the entire Karnataka. See, even I am also a victim to it. I am also a victim to it, and I, being a spokesperson for BJP, and as well as my bureaucracy connections are very strong. In spite of that, the work does not happen. Meaning to say that Bangalore problem has remained, and D.K. Shivakumar did not understand whom to give the portfolio to, because the problem itself is not understood by many people. And being a Bangalorean, I have been, my
Okay.
native is also Bangalore. So these people do not understand. He also comes from Kanakpura. And he says that I've lived in Bangalore, but being in a Bangalorean is different from coming out from a Bangalore. So please understand, the problem is very different in Bangalore, and to understand, there is a lot of intricacies which are required.
Mr. Gowda,
and
it's
that is
not
the
like
problem.
those who have not belonged to Bangalore have
Bangalore
not
have not.
governed, ruled Bangalore and been the chief minister from BJP. So you're going quite, or you're doing a very tight, you're walking a very tight rope if that's the claim that you are going to have as an argument against DKS. But I know the swords are out. There's still time. The honeymoon period may have been quite rocky for now. But let's just see how the governance really goes. Ashok K.M. Gowda, Samrudh S. Hegde, thank you very much for joining us.